Hey, you're welcome. How was your week? Mine was okay. We're inching up into the Tinubu administration. Policies are coming out. The environment and situation are adapting to it. People are adapting to it. And of course, we are moving on. And I hope you too, you are moving on. With the air in the atmosphere, it means then definitely that maybe some positive things will come for Nigerians this time around. We just hope so. And that's why you and I must be on our guard, and we must be very, very, very attentive and very, very proactive. The days of agonizing to me are over. These are now the days of organizing ourselves to getting it right and getting our dividends of democracy from government. Well, before we go too much far into the program, let me quickly introduce myself for those who are joining us for the first time. I'm Wale Ogunade, and this program is called Voters Forum. Voters Forum is for you, the voter. This is a forum where you express yourself, and those who are in governance know, and they watch us. And you can be sure that very, very soon we'll begin to call them one by one to be on this platform with us to give us their scorecard. As soon as it's 100 days now, I guess we are just on 15 or 16 days into the administration. As soon as it's 100 days, we'll begin to count down, begin to call them one by one. What have you done, and all and all. Those who are in the National Assembly just got inaugurated 4 or 5 days ago. So again, those two, when it's their 100 days, we'll begin to count down for them. But for now, we will just be putting down all those things that we note, all those things that they told us, the promises that they made during the electoral, period, during the campaign period. Be that as it may, I'm with my co-host, Blossom.
Yes, it's good to be here again. I missed it last week due to some unforeseen circumstances. And of course, you're welcome to Voters Forum on Galaxy TV. We're streaming live definitely on all our social media platforms at Galaxy TV. And of course, guess what? You can be part of the show. You can actually send messages, SMS, to the number displayed below your screen, TV, 0703-510-2283. Please, no calls. I realized Barrister was blocking a lot of numbers last week. You don't want me to do the same thing this week. It's just for text messages. And of course, you're welcome. My name is Rose Blossom. Join us on this ride.
Join us on this ride. Today's ride, we'll be looking at the role of peace and unity in national development. Peace and unity, the role in national development. Do we need peace, or we have to be fighting each other? And there's no way we can fight and there will be progress. Peace is what brings progress, and we have to agree for peace to reign. That's the only way. But be that as it may, we'll quickly go to our mini future, and when we come back, we'll get cracking. We have in the house somebody who you enjoy, someone who knows his onions when it comes to issues of peace and related issues. Don't go away. Call your people. The light of politics is on ground, gidigba. Stay tuned.
Of peace and unity in national development. There is no doubt that every nation requires peace and unity to aspire towards development. No nation in the world, irrespective of the amount of natural resources at its disposal, can progress as fast as possible if the people in that nation do not come together in peace and unity to promote its development. Without national cohesion, peace and unity without no proper planning can be carried out with the aim of achieving the noble aim of all the people who make up that nation. What this means is that every member of society has a role to play to ensure that national development quickly takes place as smoothly as possible for the common good. It takes the contribution of everyone to result in the total output of goods and services that are needed for the promotion of general welfare in the country. Every individual deserves to be respected because the contribution of each person helps in building a nation. Social economic development cannot be achieved on a silver platter without serious effort from the nationals of the country. It is the people in the country whose effort can always be put together to achieve what is good for the entire country. In line with this, it is necessary for all sections of society to be accommodative of each other and become committed towards the attainment of greatness for the nation. When this becomes the case, every person will be prepared to die a little for others. The spirit of patriotism, irrespective of the sector in which we find ourselves, is what every Nigerian needs if Nigeria is to make it to the top in terms of development. The patriotic spirit of every person must therefore be brought together in the fight towards national development. All this goes to point out that we need to come together in peace, whether as political players, economic and social actors, or even as religious people. If the contribution of each person is needed for the good of the country, then we need to strive for peace, national cohesion, and unity of purpose so that the development that we are all seeking can be attained smoothly or without much difficulty. If all Nigerians come to this realization, it will not be difficult for the country to get to where it needs to be in terms of high-level economic development as well as general welfare for our present and future generations. In the light of the current efforts being made to ensure smooth, uninterrupted and steady progress towards social economic development, the time to come together for national cohesion, peace and unity is now. So let us work together as one people to achieve our national goal.
Together. I like the sign that the correspondent used or the graphic people used when all the hands are joined together. Obviously, when hands are joined together, it will bring progress. But when fists are exchanged, obviously it will bring katakata. We don't want katakata in this country anymore. We want to enjoy this country. How about the opportunity of traveling around? And I know Nigeria is the best country in the world. Mark my word. I'm telling you that with authority. Mark my word. I've gone around Nigeria too. I've gone to the 774 local governments in this country. There is no local government that does not have a mineral resources. I'm talking to you with experience and with authority. I know what I'm talking about. Is it Birnin Kebbi? You get there, you find granite, yafun. Is it Katsina axis and the Zaria axis? You find cotton wool, yafun. Is it the Iseyin and your area, the Iseyin axis? You find tobacco leaves, yafun. Not to talk of Enugu area, you find palm oil, cashew nut, yafun. Not to talk of Igwebe, Afuze area too. You find palm kernel, there's a palm plantation there. So do we continue? Do I go on? Is it just you find potato, Irish potato, growing up Nigeria? You go to, where is it now? The Benue axis, Yam Berekete. And we say Nigeria is a poor country. What else do you want? All we need to do is to develop, join hands together for progress. Anyway, we'll get there in between. We have as our guest Prince Kuforiji Williams. He's the commandant, Peace Corps, Lagos State. Right. So here we are with you. You are welcome to the program today, sir.
Welcome to the show.
The pleasure is all mine. Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome.
Okay, Commander. Peace, that is your area. So talk to us. What is the essence of peace, and do we need peace for Nigeria to develop, particularly at this point in time?
Well, just like you rightly said, that there is no local government in this nation that does not have at least 2 to 3 mineral resources. So for us to enjoy all those mineral resources, we have to come together as a people, join our hands together so that we'll be able to enjoy all what God has endowed us with. So without peace, those things will be useless. So peace is devoid of issues, katakata, troubles, war. And Nigeria is a case study. Nigeria is endowed with so much. I saw something on the internet some few days back about a white little boy, about 13, 18, that in his own time, that he will see the benefit of why he's existing. That all the Western world does not have any mineral resources. He specifically mentioned Nigeria. Yes, I have the video. How come we are not enjoying all these mineral resources? Because there is no peace. There is no peace until we come together as a people and as a nation. That is when we will. Nigeria is so rich. We are so blessed. He said Nigeria, in the nearest future, in fact, now will be the world power in resources. And when you have resources, you have the overall.
Of course.
You understand? And if we look back to history, we know that all the things the Western world base on today are from Africa. Uranium, iron, palm oil, palm kernel, petrol. The boy specifically mentioned that Nigeria produces about 2.5 barrel of crude oil in a day. In a day. And yet, how much are we buying fuel? Because there is no peace. Because I'm interested in what I will gain from you. I'm not interested in your well-being. I'm not interested in how you will prosper, but in what I will gain from you so that I can be much more prosperous than you. So if there is no peace in the nation, there will be war everywhere.
You know, but a lot of people still believe that, yes, we can ascertain peace, but looking at being a human being, we have this insatiable needs and desire that can never be met. And, you know, humans are like the hardest people to actually, you know, control, or will you say tame. Now, the question a lot of people ask is, how do we not actually attain this peace in the country? Because it's looking like it's a bit far-fetched, being that we're all humans, we have our opinions, our ideas, our thoughts.
For we to actually have peace, we have to have stability and security. You must stabilize things. And once you stabilize things, just like what is happening now, you put security in place for check and balances. There must be programs for youth, skills acquisition. There must be grants. Without all of these, you cannot have peace. You must know that the youth must be part of the governance, not the government itself.
Yes,
the
before we go to the youth, I want us to look at the issue of peace. Government generally is the one that can make peace possible or crisis available. Why do I mean? Through the policies they bring.
Yes.
Will government be, then the second leg of it is, government must be a listening government. Because my background is that of fighting government all the time. And in fighting them, we fight them because they think they are in government, they are in power, and they are in authority, and that they play God. And to us, no government can play God where people are. They will fall at the end of the day. They will go into the book of disrepute. So to us, now that we have a new government that is setting up, what can we do, or what will this government do for peace to reign supreme?
You know, that is why I said earlier that, you see, you can't talk about peace without bringing the youth in. Because they are so energetic.
Yes.
They are full of this insatiable, you know, mindset, these youthful exuberances. So when you bring them in, you have all of these things. And you talk about government policies. Earlier, I made mention of security, stability and security, economic growth, also social cohesion and integration. We also have political stability within the government themselves.
Yes.
If their politics is not stabilized,
Good.
there won't be peace. You understand? We also talk about development and infrastructure. You talk about international relationship and diplomacy. You know, national identity and pride brings about peace. Without all of these things, you can't get peace.
We are in a political era, and we know politics is about contestations. And when it means contestation, even in the same political party, you find that people, to all intents and purposes, want to outdo each other, elbow each other, overreach each other, to ensuring that they are either in charge or they get the attention of the powers that be. And all those things too, they are still parts of crisis that will that can envelope the system. Let me just quickly go somewhere, and of course I want you to go out of it, not as a politician. When the 2023 general election was coming, we found out what caused that peace, because there was no peace and unity. It robbed a particular political party that opportunity of winning the election, at least as it were. What I'm looking at is that without insight of information, is there a way the managers of the polity now, we are past election, of the polity or government, can now see how they can manage the system so that we'll have peace, so that there will be development?
Yes. You know, before election, there is pre-election.
Yes.
That is where you go to the grassroots.
Yes.
And actually talk to people.
Yes.
Give them your manifesto. Tell them what and what you need to do for them. You know? And even after the election, there is post-election programs. These are things that brings about peace.
Okay.
If you don't do all of these things, there is no way. There is no way you can get peace. And much more. Whatever you promise them while you are campaigning, once you come in, should be the first thing to do.
Yes.
Not your personal interest. Do you understand?
Because that was not part of what they are told.
Yes. All the things you made mention that, okay, we don't have this. When we come into power, this is what we'll do. I am not a politician. I am from the paramilitary background. I don't know how the politicians behave. I don't know how they think. But what I believe as a patriot and as an ambassador of peace is that whatever you say to the people that this is what you want to do for them, you should be able to do it once you come into power.
Okay.
And the government of the day is the government. They are in charge. There's this saying in Yoruba that do you understand?
Yeah.
You are there, you are there. You should be able to stabilize things. You should be able to make the people at least happy. You should provide those basic amenities that, okay, should be the government, they are doing their own. At least when they are comfortable, they have 1 naira, they can get value
For that
money. I tell you, things will be okay.
Sure.
We know where we are coming from. We know how we grew up.
Yes, yes, I like that thing. You have landed it very well. Are you a pilot?
I am not a pilot.
The man landed the question.
It seems to be like a pilot.
Very well, because if government does what it says it will do, the people will be happy.
Yeah.
And once they are happy, there will be peace. So the ball is now in the court of government. I hope you people in government, when they hear us, so we want peace. The ball is in your court. Give us what you say you will do. All those promises, keep to them, bring them out. Begin to execute them. Then there will be peace. There won't be any, hey, we no go agree, oh, we no go agree. Don't let me sing a Luther song here.
You know, you also made mention of listening ears.
Yes, yes.
She said something about insatiable wants and all of that.
Yes.
We are human beings.
Yes.
Sometimes what you need might
differ
from what
mine.
I want.
Yes.
Wants and needs are two different things entirely.
Yes.
You understand? So government should be able to listen to the people and also come down to them.
Their level.
Okay, is this what you want? We don't have it for now. Take this as a palliative. They will know that you care about them.
Yeah.
But they will be talking and you will block your ears.
And that will give them a little bit of patience. To wait on and say,
wait,
okay, I think they are
exactly.
listening.
Exactly.
Yes. Government, you must listen to us.
They
because
have to.
we voted you in. You are there to represent us. By implication, you are servants. You are not the leader as it is. You are the servant of the people. For peace to reign, do the will of the people as you have promised, and we'll have peace. And you can be sure people like us will move Nigerians to support government at all levels, local, state, and national. Mark my word. And the peace ambassador here too will work together to ensure that there is peace all over Nigeria if you know fall our hands. Abinobi so?
That's so.
Okay then. So let's go on a short break.